Living on an all-female floor in my college dorm, I usually don't bother putting on a bra just to walk down the hall to the bathroom. It seemed unnecessary, especially since I only wear one when leaving the dorm building anyway. A few days ago, I stepped out of my room to refill my water bottle at the fountain, just 10 yards away. I was wearing a white tank top, no bra, and while the top was fitted, it wasn't see-through. You could only make out the outline of my nips. There was a small group hanging out in the hall, but I didn't pay them much attention until about half an hour later. That's when one of the girls from the hall knocked on my door. She said, "Hey, sorry to ask, but could you put on a bra if you go out into the hall again? My boyfriend's out there and he was staring a little, so..." Being non-confrontational, I quickly agreed. "Yeah, sure. Sorry about that." For the rest of the night, I dutifully wore a bra or a sweater whenever I left my room, and that was supposed to be the end of it. Or so I thought. The next day, my roommate told me she overheard the girl in the bathroom recounting the incident to her friends. Apparently, she was spinning a tale of me trying to seduce her boyfriend, claiming I was practically naked, taking my time at the fountain, and posing provocatively. My roommate even saw her acting out the scene, pretending to be me. That evening, I walked past the girl and her friends on my way to brush my teeth, braless in my pajamas. She gave my chest a pointed look, and they all burst into giggles. But the final straw came when the entire dorm received an email from the RA, mentioning anonymous complaints about inappropriate dress in the hallways and asking us to keep things covered up. So I decided it was time for a little petty revenge. I remembered that her boyfriend wasn't a student here. She and I had been in the same orientation group and chatted a bit back then. Plus, due to the pandemic, non-student or family guests weren't allowed in the dorms this year. Using the same anonymous complaint form, I reported the presence of off-campus boyfriends in our dorm and mentioned they weren't wearing masks, which were mandatory in the hallways, though enforcement was lax. The next morning, the RA sent out another email. Due to anonymous complaints, they would now be checking IDs of unfamiliar guests to ensure they were students. In the end, I guess I did her a favor. If she was worried about her boyfriend catching a glimpse of my silhouette in the hallways, she no longer needs to be concerned.